Hi everyone, my name is Faye and I am the founder and director of Competence. One of the questions that I get asked quite often is, how do I know whether the people that I've got working for me are the right people? There are some people that I know are good, but there's just some people that I'm really uncertain about whether they're the right fit or not. And so today what I'd like to do is share with you a tool that I share with a lot of our clients to help them with this very dilemma that they may have. And this tool is a tool that looks at two different aspects that we need to focus on when we're looking at our employees. The y-axis looks at the competency of the person. And by competency, I mean how well they do the job. And then the x-axis looks at their commitment to the job. Now, as you can see by this diagram, there are 2 degrees. We've got up here, we've got a high level of competency. So they're competent up here. And down here, they're not yet competent. Now, everybody that works for you will fit somewhere on that spectrum. They will either be on the higher end of competency or they will be on the lower end of competency. One of my favourite sayings is that he who sits on fence gets splinters. So with everybody, when we do this, it's about plotting. Are they more competent or are they less competent? Then we look at commitment. Now, this is a more difficult thing for us to think about, but as I'm going to show you in this tool, it's very, very crucial, because picking how competent someone is quite easy. Picking their commitment is a little bit more tricky for us. So over here, we're looking at the people who are committed. So what are some of the behaviours that we might look at when we're saying someone is committed? It means that they come in, do their job every day. They cause very little issues. They're there. They don't take sickies all the time. They're really involved in their job, really involved. And people who are very, very committed will actually be treating their job as if it was their own business. So that's the 1 degree. On the other extreme are the people that are not committed. And the opposite of that applies to these. The people who are not committed are always taking sickies. They're hardly doing their job. They're complaining. They're causing trouble with the team. There's a variety of different things that you will see in their behaviour. Now, once again, everybody that works for you will plot somewhere on that line. And once again, your job is to put them more that side or that side. Okay. Yeah. Now, because we've got 2 degrees here, what we're looking for is we're going to end up with 4 different quadrants. Now, over in this quadrant, we have the people who work for you who are competent and committed. Over here, we've got the people who are competent and not committed. Over here, we've got the people who are committed but not yet competent. And over here, we've got the people who are not committed and not yet competent. So, the next step then is to look at everybody who you employ, and based on the definitions that we spoke about earlier for this, it's about putting people, everyone that works for you, their names in each one of these quadrants. So over here we've got Fred and Tom and Mary. Over here we've got Jack and Jill. Down here we've got Barney and Wilma. And over here we've got John, Julie and Joshua. Okay, now that we've plotted where each of our employees sit, the next step is to look at, well, now that we know that Fred, Tom and Mary are competent and committed, what do we do with them? Now that we know that Barney and Wilma are not committed and not yet competent, what do we do with them? And so forth. So the easiest one to look at is this one. Anybody who sits in this quadrant really are not the right people for your job, for your business. They're not committed to you and their job. Their behaviours are displaying everything but that, and they aren't in any position to be able to do their job. So what we have to do with Barney and Wilma is, following the rules of fair work, we need to get them out of our business as quickly and as promptly as we can, making sure that we're following the right processes. Now, on that point, a lot of people say to me, but I can't sack anybody. Yes, you can, but you have to make sure that you follow the right processes. All right, so now we know what to do with them. It's about, well, these people, John, Julie and Joshua, are committed. They're really keen. They're doing the right thing by their job, but they're not doing their job very well. So how we manage them is to train. We have to train them, find out where their gaps are in their competency, in their knowledge, and then give them the training, the coaching, the mentoring, a development plan that they need to get them up to speed. They've got the right approach. They just need the skills and knowledge and abilities to be able to do it. Now, ideally in our businesses, we're looking for these people. This is what we want. We want everybody who works for us to be competent and to be committed. Okay? And these are the people that we look after, we reward, we make sure that we're taking care of them. Which leaves us with Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill are fitting into the category of they're competent, but they're not committed. What do we do, and how do we manage the Jacks and Jills of our business? These are the most tricky. Most business owners that I work with say to me about their Jacks and Jills, but I can't get rid of them. They're too good. They're good at what they do. And you're right, they're competent. It's this that creates the trickiness and the issues for us as business owners. Step number one is we have to find out what is causing that issue. We need to sit with Jack and Jill and ask them questions to find out about what's going on. Focus with them on the behaviours that you are seeing. Be specific with the behaviours and talk about those behaviours that you see equals non-commitment. There's many reasons for non-commitment. It might be that you, as the business owner or the manager of the business, have never trained them. They don't know. Maybe you've never told them what you expect of them. Maybe there's all of those things. So the reason they're not committed is because they don't know what's expected of them. There may also be stuff going on at home. There may be personal things. They may be going through a divorce. They may have a sick child. There may be a number of things that are distracting them and creating the challenges that they're facing, and therefore they're behaving the way that they do. So we need to find out what's causing that. That's step number one. When we know that, we then need to put in place a plan, a performance improvement plan. So it may be that you've got to train them. Maybe you've got to set measures for them and KPIs with them and things like that. Or maybe it's about getting them some help in their personal situation and things like that. So it's about coming up with a plan of the action that needs to be taken and given timeframes as to when it happens. Now, when you do that performance improvement plan and there's a change in this, they will go across to here, which is what we want. However, if there is not improvement in their behaviours towards their job and their business, and they still continue to create issues for you and the team, then they have to go too. They have to be managed out just as much as these do. These people are actually these are the most dangerous people to keep in your business. These people, the people that we want, will leave your organisation because of these people. They will lose respect for you as their leader because they will see these people getting away with murder and you not doing anything about it. And they will also get sick of carrying these people and doing their job for them. These people look up to these people because why? They're competent. They're good at what they do, and because these people are not competent, they're looking at them and learning from them. And, you know, it's the old saying, it only takes one bad apple to ruin the rest of the case. So these people are the most dangerous. And as I said, we need to move them on if, after we've spoken to them and come up with a plan, there's not the improvement in the change in their behaviour. I can guarantee you this tool works. It works for everybody that I have shared with this. It's worked for me in my business. And it's a great way of identifying who are the people on the bus, because none of us are going to get to where we want to go if we don't have the right people on the bus doing the right job with a full commitment to you and to the business.